We are spending time today discussing copyright as there have been issues with teachers, schools, and nearby companies violating copyright law. In some of these instances, people have been fined large amounts of money for violating federal copyright law. There is a large difference between what you physically can do and what you legally are allowed to do. In Alief ISD, we are governed by the federal copyright law, which is stated in our Alief ISD board policy. The Alief ISD board policy regarding copyright can be located in CY Legal and CY Local. When questions arise about copyright, please read over this policy as well as see your librarian. In this presentation, we will hit the highlights of copyright. The Alief ISD instructional media policy contains a more in-depth rendering of the material that is contained in this presentation. Let's start by thinking about it. Is it legal for a teacher or administrator to make 50 copies of this teaching guide? No, it is not legal. It is never legal to make 50 copies of an item that is labeled copyrighted material, do not copy. The problem here is intent. Why is the person making the copies? So they don't have to buy the guide? Then they are taking money out of the hands of the person who made the guide, and that is a violation of copyright. This image is taken directly from a recent lawsuit that was launched against HISD. Teachers and administrators at HISD over a period of years made many copies of the study guide on the prior screen. They discussed in email that they knew this practice was illegal. They were sued. HISD lost the lawsuit and in May 2019 was found liable for $9.2 million. It is only legal to copy items that are not copyrighted. Never cover up, white out, cut off copyright information, and copy items anyway. Educators are allowed under the fair use doctrine to duplicate up to 10% of an item. Must be in line with fair use. It is allowable to ask copyright holder permission to utilize their item. Instead of copying copyrighted items, utilize items Alief ISD owns copyright to, such as those that are available in our research databases, or items we own reproduction rights to, such as items in some textbooks or items in the Gale Virtual Reference Library ebooks. Here is another question to ponder. Is it legal for someone to be recorded reading a bedtime story for students and then have that story uploaded to YouTube or Facebook? This is only legal if the book is in the public domain and the images shown are hand-drawn for this reading, or if explicit permission has been granted from the publisher and the author. Otherwise, people can just view the video instead of purchasing the book, and this practice deprives the author and illustrator of money for their lawfully created work. There are legal recordings of people reading works that have been authorized for read-alouds on the Alief ISD Library Services Children's Book News and Resources website. You can also find those sites on library pages on the SNED website. For fair use is a doctrine that came in the late 20th century that enables the use of portions of copyrighted work in educational settings as long as 4 criteria are followed. Here's the criteria. The performance must be by instructors or pupils showing a video to a class. Performance must occur in face-to-face teaching. Must be one teacher and his or her assigned class. The performance must take place in a classroom or a similar place of instruction in a non-profit education institution, like a school. And 4, the performance must be of a legally acquired copy of the work. Rentals, purchases from catalogs, school-owned DVDs. Let's ponder this question. Is it legal for a school to show a DVD of Toy Story 3 for the entire school to watch on the video distribution system so students can chill out after a test? It depends. The answer is normally no, but If a campus has purchased a performance license from Movie License USA and the movie is on the approved movie list, then the answer is yes. When videos are shown, there are several guidelines Alief ISD wants campuses to follow. First, videos must be a part of face-to-face teaching, not a babysitting or reward but connected to current content units of study. 2, videos must be part of interactive teaching. Students should not be passive observers. They should have writing prompts, graphic organizers, discussions, analysis tied to the video. 3rd, videos should be age appropriate. Videos should have graphic, sex, foul language, and/or excessive violence edited out. All videos should be viewed prior to airing to make sure they are acceptable for classroom use. Classrooms should be conducive to using videos as a teaching tool. They should have lights on, no off-task behavior, attentive students, and no food or drink. Videos should not be shown for more than 2 consecutive days. Try showing shorter video clip blocks over several days. Videos need to be a part of lesson plans and can be shown during the absence of a teacher. Here's another question to think about. Is it legal for a person to stream Project Runway from Hulu and show the program to the entire class to demonstrate how to sew dresses? No. Streaming is licensed for personal use only. In rare instances, Netflix provides allowances for streamed videos to be shown to classes. Information about streaming can be found in the EULA from each streaming service. Now that VHS tapes are no longer prevalent, where can we find videos? Videos must be from legally acquired sources, such as Learn360, NBC Learn, school-purchased videos, supplements to state-adopted text materials, or physical copies of rented videos. A video download on a removable storage device that was legally obtained and provided with the purchased DVD would also be allowed, but is not recommended. Let's think about this. Is it legal to make a video with a popular song as the background music? Can that video be uploaded to the internet? Only a 10% or 3 minutes, whichever is less of a song, can be used and credit must be given to the artist. One reason that iTunes is changing is that it enables people to grab music without purchasing it. Sony and other music companies work hard for their artists to enforce copyright. Credit must be given for anything that is used. This includes proper bibliographic entries in papers, citing where quotes are obtained in articles, citing where images and music are from in presentations, and more. You'll notice that every image in this presentation includes a URL that lists where the image is from. In the spring of 2019, Sony and other music corporations started searching Twitter for instances of copyrighted music used without permission. They made Twitter suspend these sites. This included the Twitter sites of several colleges and the Houston Rockets. Frequently, YouTube will take videos down if they believe the music used is copyrighted and used without the copyright holder's permission. In general, educators and students can use 10% of a work in a multimedia project. If a song is 3 minutes, 30 seconds can be used. Educators and students can use resources that are copyright-free. Many are listed on the copyright-free images and music resources on the Alief Librarian's website. They can also be found on the SNEED library page. Educators and students can use images that are available from Creative Commons, Google Search Advanced, Creative Commons, or purchase a public performance license for the works you're using. As we said, we are training this year about copyright because there have been local cases where schools, school employees, and local companies have been found in violation of copyright. In some instances, there have been large fines for copyright violation. When you are at school, what you do represents you and the school district. Many companies make it a point to enforce their copyright law, as we saw with the company owned by two people who sued HISD and won a $9 million judgment. This information is provided to help you know the basics of copyright law. Much more information can be found in the Alief ISD Instructional Media Policy and the Alief ISD Board Policy CY Legal and CY Local. When you have questions about copyright, please refer to Board Policy or your campus librarian. Here is where you can find on our library, in the library section of the SNEED website, copyright-free image and music sites are listed here. And then we also mentioned ebooks and streaming video sources as well.